Hello. So today we are going to learn something about string calculations, and I'm going to start with a very basic example today of how we can split, say, a two-part name or a three-part name into its individual components, say the first name, the last name, and also the middle name. So for this, I'm using the sample superstore data set that is already provided to us by Tableau. And you can just, as soon as you open Tableau, you can see that you can connect to any of the files and on your local device, on your local computer, or you can connect it to a server also. But I'm going to use Sample Superstore for this video, and you can follow along from there. So in this video, I'm going to show you two methods of doing this. One is the traditional method that you'll find on almost every Tableau tutorial, on the Tableau website, on how we can split the customer name into the first name and the last name and also the middle part of the name. And the second one is a custom split, which I discovered. So let's get started. So if I double click and I'll see the customer's name. So this is in fact the text string that we need to bifurcate. So what we're going to do is that we're going to split the first name and the second name separately. Okay, so as you know, we need to find the thing that is splitting it and which is effectively a space, which is actually causing the difference between the first name and the last name. So I'm going to mention the calculation as find the space, and we're going to just do the find function. It's like the normal Excel thing, where in this string of customer name, we're going to find this substring and just hit OK. And I'm going to just double click here. And if you see the sum, it's effectively summing all the number of places wherein it found the space. But we need to shift it from sum to minimum because I need to find the location where the first space has occurred. So if you can see the first example, Aaron, it's a 5-letter word, and the sixth character is effectively the space, and that is why the number 6 is mentioned here. Now, to get the first name, it's very easy. I'll create another calculated field and I'll write it as first name using space calculation, and I'm going to just do left. So it's effectively just like Excel, left of the customer name, and the number of characters that I need to pull out from the left side is, I'll use this calculation, find the space calculation, and I'll just do -1. Why am I doing -1 is because if you can see, Aaron is a 5-letter word, and the sixth character, which is written here effectively, is actually a space. So in order to get, the first name column to be devoid of any spaces and to have a trimmed version, I'm just going to put -1. And here we go. And you can see you'll get the first name, Aaron, here. In order to get the remaining part of the letter, because as you can see in my Superstore's data set over here, all of these are two-part name and none of these are three-part names. What we have to do is that we have to just create another calculated field and the last name using space, and we're going to start from the middle of the customer name, and the length will be again determined from here. So what are we going to effectively doing is that from this customer name, start from the letter, find the space +1. Now why 1? Because the sixth character is effectively a space, and I want them to start picking from the seventh character. So that is, and I want them to start from the middle of the customer name, and that is why I'm using the mid function. And that's there. And you can see, and that's done. Of doing this without, the other way is that you won't have to do all these things. You'll just go And this is the custom split way of doing this, is that you just right click on this string that you want to do and then click on transform and then go for custom split. And then you have to just provide the delimiter or the separator basis which the split has to happen. So I already know from my previous, so I already know that the split is actually happening on the basis of a space. So I'll just go on the customer name, click on transform, click on customer split and just add a space here to show that this is the separator. Now I do not want to split off the first, I want to split off everything. So I want to break this string every time a space comes in. And I'm just going to do OK. And here you see that it has automatically created two splits. So if this would be a 4-part name, it will automatically create 4 splits. If it's a 3-part name, it's going to automatically create that thing. And all you have to do is that you have to edit and you have to mention them it as the first name. And this split is showing the first split. And then here you have to edit this as the last name. And there here it is showing the second thing. And you just have to double click here and it's done.